We're back.
We're back, bitch.
It's been a long time. we lied badly.
Time isn't real. It's a construct. And
you know?
you're crazy. Y'all are crazy. We
were here last
just
week.
on.
We just did this. You just listened to this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but welcome back to Responsibly Unhinged. It's your host, Kylie Kaiser, and
Quinn Collins.
Quinn Collins. We're back. We've been on hiatus. We're trying to come back though. We were able to come back today because we have a very special guest producer, which is very sweet of her to be here and helping us. And I said I had to give this full circle moment because if you've listened to the show for a long time, I used to have my friend Caleb do this, and I called him Producer Caleb because my favorite podcast producer was Producer Courtney. And Producer Courtney is doing this for us today.
Small world.
Slay. She's the best.
She is. I'm very excited.
I'm very excited. We're going to look really good on these clips, I bet.
Skinny, big hair.
She was like asking if everything's
Harsh
set up
contour.
okay, and we're just like looking at camera angles, and I'm like, do we look skinny or no?
3 things about me. Big hair, tiny waist, harsh contour. And I am good to go.
That is the Quinn
Overlined lips.
Is it overlined or just the right amount?
It's the right amount. This is how big my lips are. You are crazy.
Exactly.
It's in your head.
This whole episode, we're just gaslighting the audience the whole time.
I've had a lot of research.
We've been doing really healthy things. Speaking of, we'll just keep gaslighting them, just lie the whole time.
Yeah.
I've been good.
Pretty much.
We're both married now, actually,
Yeah,
which is crazy.
married.
We got married, not to each other, to real men. That's real.
Yeah, that love us and they don't do whippets.
Yeah, whippet check-in. How long are we man with whippets sober?
No men with whippets. Doesn't matter. You know what? How have you been?
We're going to talk about my men with cocaine instead of your men with whippets.
Neither should be a thing, but one's way less sad.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to cry so hard I throw up over a man addicted to whipped cream can farts. Oh, wow.
They should rebrand that way.
Yeah. I'm just like, it's too late for you and your white horse.
Ooh, you knew I would love that.
To do a whippet. And
I'm like shocked you just had that lyric on cue, to be honest.
except for, here's the thing. This one guy, I went on like maybe 2 dates with him, and I met him on a dating app, and I don't even think I can't remember if I told you about this or not. It was like 2 months ago.
It was probably in the group chat at some point.
And it was like the second time I've interacted with a dude that's like addicted to whippets. But he also told me that when he's single for a long time, he doesn't think it's gay to let a man suck his wee-wee. Which
wow.
I was like, he doesn't do anything, they don't make out, that's it. And I was like, for sure. And then he pulled out like a whippet canister, and this was like coming off.
He's an ally.
Yeah,
obviously.
but this was coming off like maybe a week of like a dude who is like volatilely addicted to whippets that I experienced and witnessed. That he was like, oh yeah, I do whippets. I love whippets too. And I would argue that's way more gay to get high from something exploding in your mouth than it is to let another man suck your wee-wee. Oh, you get high from something exploding in your mouth because you suck so hard? That's way gayer than consensually letting someone suck your wee-wee.
That's a valid point. Have you ever done a whippet?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's also, it's a wild thing to just think about like that being something you do all of the time.
I said, maybe he'll take me somewhere in public if I do this whippet with him.
Me as fuck. You know what is going to solve my problem? Going to this bathroom with you.
Maybe he won't yell at me when I call him my boyfriend to my friends if I do this whippet with him. Maybe he won't go, we should have a talk about expectations. I
hate expectation talks. Because mine always
I hate
too high.
when men say that. When I think that's why I'm so vile to men now, is because like if one more man goes, we should have a talk about expectations. When you just took me on a date, I stayed the night at your place, you've met my family.
There's still back shots.
Expect my boot in your ass, buddy.
Yeah. I don't know. This is like, Courtney's been here visiting this weekend, and me and Justine have just been giving her all of our tea about our lives. And she was like, this sounds terrible, dating here. And I was like, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's scary. Why are they all on drugs and they're all sad? And that is my type, unfortunately. But I don't know how to fix it because there's no one else here.
God, yeah. It's like me just, you saying all this, like me just staring in the distance, like the Creedence Clearwater is playing and like the helicopters are flying over.
Yeah, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what to do.
There's nothing really to fix. It's like
Sound like my therapist.
it's kind of like a cultural thing too.
Yeah.
But eventually, like, I've seen people find really solid relationships here.
Yeah.
But people, I think, also want to seem cooler than they are because it's like is a cultural thing.
Yeah.
And I'm a little bit done doing that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a lot of times people are like, yeah, I'm just like super chill. I don't have high expectations. I do have high expectations, and I'm not chill when I like somebody, and I'm not gonna like keep pretending just because like I want somebody to like me back.
I also don't know how to be chill. Like I always pretend that I'm being chill, and like I'll like let people get away with a lot of things, but then the next time they see me, I'm just crying in front of them at the bar. So I have a very short expiration date.
She is not lying about that.
How long I'm chill, real short expectation.
Me too. And I think that's normal. And I think for me, for a long time, it was like I wanted to seem like I could do casual things because it's like what makes Austin run. But I'm not okay with that. I think I'm way too interesting. I think I have way too much to offer. I know how I care for people when I like them. I am emotionally available. I'm busy. But when it comes to my friends and things I do, why would I deny myself of the fact that I'm an emotionally available person? Because I am. Like, I am distant, but like, I think that's more of a personality trait than it is like emotional availability. And for a long time, I've been like, oh, I'm emotionally available. It's just not been worth the investment, and I think I'm more aware of that.
Yeah.
But
well, all those things are true.
I'm not going to waste my time, but I also am not going to deny myself of meeting the right person because I'm like, oh, I'm just like emotionally unavailable. Like, you just wouldn't understand. Just like, do you listen to the Smiths? Like, no. I think that's why it's a lot of self-sabotage because you don't want to get hurt.
It is. Yeah. No, I agree. And it is like important to know that about yourself. And it's a hard thing to like, we like feel like we know that. It's like you can say all those things and I can be like, yeah, I know I deserve all those things. But to actually like believe that and act on that belief is hard.
Emotionally pouring yourself into somebody and allowing yourself to have that vulnerability and experience that love is a gift. And the best part is when that doesn't work out, nature's Ozempic. Because I get so skinny.
Oh, yeah. We always circle back to the breakup glow up.
Oh, yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I'm like super heartbroken, but I'm a size 2 right now.
I just ended my situationship this weekend. Do we think that means I'm going to get skinny? Cheers to that, by the way. Been a long saga, mostly for you guys.
She said, end it, but we're besties.
Okay. But we're not having sex anymore. That's progress for me. So we're going to take that. We're not.
Hey, Kylie, real quick. I have a gun, so.
Yeah, nothing is more mortifying though. My problem is I am so dramatic that I want, we've talked about this, like romanticizing things, right? Like when we were in Vegas, it's like not even just like about men. It's like I like things to like, I want things to feel like a movie, you know? Like, and I watch a lot of TV and I'm like, in my mind, I'm going to give this like speech and it's going to like go the way it goes on TV. Yeah. It doesn't. No, and I never sound that good. I never sound as good as they sound.
I am over here saying like and 13 times.
I literally could not making eye contact.
Yeah, it's a 4-word sentence, and I've said like and 28 times.
Yeah. That's kind of how that felt for me. I'm like fidgeting, like you were literally like biting my nails. Like, and I'm like, so we shouldn't do this anymore unless.
I start breakdancing in the middle of it. I'm like, because I'm so quorky and fun, even though you made me cry so hard.
This conversation is so serious, but like, look how silly I am.
Like, wouldn't it be crazy if instead of you just hitting it raw and never being seen with me during daylight, we were like a couple? What if
Wouldn't that be crazy?
What if you met my mom?
And if not, I'm totally kidding.
Yeah, but this is just like, I'm so silly and fun and joking.
Yeah.
Also, I love you so much. It hurts bad.
It hurts bad. No, that it does. Like, that's like the situation. I was literally like sitting there being like, I like you so much and you know that. Until you like me like that, we just shouldn't do this anymore. And you're like waiting on them to be like, and they're like, yeah. And you're just like, oh, and I was kidding. I don't like you at all. And
I was actually joshing.
I'm going to jump off your balcony. You thought I liked you?
That's a new bit I've been working on where I'm so desperately in love with you and you just love how much I love you and You don't care. Isn't that funny? It's a new skit I'm working on.
Thank you for letting me test it on you before I do it at the show.
You've been so good at it.
That was so
You're
nice.
a natural born actor.
I'm going to use that next time.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was all the last 6 months. It was a bit.
It was all a bit. And it's worse if I get really drunk. That's why I don't really like getting like super drunk or like super high. Like, because because I am the type of person, even sober, if a guy I'm talking to is like, what's wrong? Like, what's wrong?
Yeah.
I never say nothing because I love to talk about myself.
Yeah.
So I will just say, but sometimes I don't really think through how I'm saying it because like I might be mad or like frustrated. And sometimes there's not anything wrong. And I'll be like, hey, like I just need some time to like kind of think about how this is or like how I'm feeling. And guys would be like, typical woman. Because I didn't just start screaming at them. So I was like, hey, can I have a minute just to like process? I might not even be upset. Like, it might just be like, I don't want to project on you just because like I'm frustrated in this moment. And they'll be like, typical woman. Yeah, just nothing's wrong. And I'm like, okay, well, there is. But do you want me to say like, oh, wow, well, you act like just like your daddy. And that's why your mom wasn't around a lot, huh?
Real. It's also hilarious for me to like.
That's why your soft spot never healed because your mama drank the whole time because you act just like your daddy, isn't it?
This feels personal.
No.
Is it not? No. This is part of the bit still. These are all fake people that we made up for comedy. First of all, we're not desperate. Actually, none of this happened.
Yeah. That's why you have a dog tag tattoo.
Did he?
I've dated 2 guys with dog tag tattoos. Only one was a service member.
The only bigger red flag than that is the lion tattoo.
The Medusa tattoo is the worst.
The guy with the lion tattoo, though, did literally ruin my life. So, and that theory has been proven over and over again.
Well, I can't remember if I've ever like said this story on here, but I was talking to this dude who's the worst human being I have ever encountered, but I was infatuated with him. And
Tales all the time.
We'd been just like hooking up, but I went to this party and there was a guy there with like a Medusa sleeve tattoo on his forearm.
And you were like,
and he was like just going off about it, just being like, it's just because I respect women, and like went on about the mythology behind it. And it's like, first of all, that tattoo is for women who have dealt with sexual assault and like rape. And I'm like sitting there and I'm like hanging out with the guy I'd been talking to or like seeing, and I'm just like ragging on this guy. I'm like, yeah, he's like Medusa tattoo as a dude, and he's like mansplaining a Medusa tattoo to me, who has been like an experiencer of like the reason women get it. I'm like, that's so embarrassing. Isn't that so embarrassing? And he just goes, are you like joking? And I go, no, like this is obviously not. And he like rolls up his sleeve, and like he has so many dog shit tattoos that I was like, oh, you have a sugar skull chest piece? Yeah, I paid attention to your dumbass Medusa tattoo. He had a Medusa tattoo also, and I just like was like, oh, that's a new bit I'm working on actually.
That's gonna be the out for everything now.
That's actually a new.
That's the name of this episode. New bit we're working on.
Yeah, new bit I'm working on. Under anything that doesn't go my way.
Yeah.
You confess your love for somebody, or like
I like this.
Anything, a joke doesn't land with them, and you're like, psych.
You think it'll work like if I'm like,
or you just lie and say like, yeah, that was actually like a Patrice O'Neill quote, and
somebody important said that once for sure.
Yeah, George Carlin actually said that. Just classic comics.
Yeah.
So that like, there's a chance that maybe
they haven't heard it. Yeah. They might not know.
If it's not like Rogan or Andrew Schultz, if
it's not them, no man here heard it. So that's the real story. Yeah, I think I need to start using trash tattoos as more of my warning signs. I literally have an actual bit about that, and I'm still doing it.
Something about them. I went to Vegas again since the last time we filmed. Went to Skankfest. Didn't make out with an Elvis then either.
Or have a Cheeto wedding. What are you doing?
Every time I've gone to Vegas, no romance in Vegas, which maybe that's good.
You felt so romantic there though, so that's upsetting.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas is. But when I was in Vegas, there was one night that I put it on, dog. I was wearing like this super chic, like cream long maxi dress, like very classy cut. Did my hair, like my makeup was great. I mean, I looked like I was, cosplaying as a 10. And I'm sitting at the bar because we all stayed on Fremont, but we kind of kept getting lost a little bit, like using our phone like solely as walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
And Megan was like, sit still, I'll come find you. Just sit at the bar. I'll be there in a minute, because we got lost. And so I'm waiting on Megan, and this guy comes up to me, and I'm like sitting at the bar, like kind of like looking around, and he comes up to me and like sits down, and it's like making like kind of small talk, like I forget what it was, like definitely flirting, but like in a very like peculiar goal kind of way that I was like,
Yeah.
And then Megan got there. I'm saying that story, and I'm like thinking about it, and I told Red Band about it in the green room, who's my boss, and he's like, yeah, he thought you were a hooker.
Oh my God.
And I know I'm a white trash piece of shit, because like my first thought was like, I'm pretty enough to be a casino hooker.
I was gonna say you would be a hooker for like high class people though. It wouldn't be like the shitty guys that are calling. It would be like politicians,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm worth it.
Worth a scandal. Like if they're like, if I'm gonna lose my career over this, it's gonna be Quinn.
Yeah.
That's the kind of hooker
I'll take
you
a
would be.
casino hooker too.
Yeah.
But not a great goal, probably. But
well, we have to start somewhere.
the amount me telling the stories like that and just like staring off in the distance once again, like at my Vietnam.
You just have to reprocess what you were just talking about a little bit. Yeah.
I know my dating life is dog shit because I got booked on your mom's house, like for who
Yeah,
it was like Lauren Compton's first dates, who I love her. She's the sweetest human being.
Yeah, shout
on
out.
the I was kind of nervous to meet her because she's just stunning. And
Yeah, she's
then
beautiful.
we were in the green room at the same time because I got there so early, and just talking, and she's just so sweet. And so that would made it was such a fun show. But it was that they were asking you questions about like first dates and like how you are, and I lied because I was like, I'm gonna be a green flag. I have to be a green flag.
We all came to support Quinn for that, and you heard her friends across the audience audibly like
My father was in the audience.
I don't even know what the word is, like scoff. Like when you
One of the questions
said,
was like,
never
do you
take
still
your
talk
ex
to
back.
any of your exes? They're like, do you still talk to any of your exes? And I go, no. There's nothing left to say.
And I'm like, this bitch, right?
My dad goes, my father goes, right.
Yeah.
And that's all I heard. But all these green flags go up because people are like, and I was like, please, I know, I'm an angel. My dad goes, right.
Quinn did make the top 3 most dateable.
I won second place.
You were second, yeah. And you know what? Jimmy just had the edge with that dance. What were we supposed to do?
Dude, Jimmy ate them hoes
He
up.
ate them hoes up with that dance. So shout out Jimmy Moynihan for that. But
Jimmy ate them up.
yeah, we couldn't even be mad. That was an honorable loss.
I think I got up there through the sweet grace of the song Neon Moon.
Yeah, you really won the crowd over with that. She had to karaoke a song, and she went with Neon Moon. Also, the only person who appreciated your Garth Brooks joke was Tom Segura,
which
himself,
I'll take.
So
The worst part was there's another dude
I was losing it. And I was like, why does no one else understand this?
There was a guy that I was like interested in, like friends with. It's like just this stupid thing where I invited him because I know he likes both of those comics, and he's like didn't really reply, and I was like, oh,
It's
that's
the
whatever.
Whippet guy, that's
no,
why.
it's a different guy, and and I invited him, and then he like replied, but he like didn't go, and then I went to see my roommate that works next door, and like one of my other good friends like works around there too, so I popped in to see them. He's there on a date. And I was blackout drunk. I sent him this insane text. I don't remember what it said. I swiped, deleted it. But I don't even remember what I said, but it was crazy. But I also think that was my brain being like, oh, you have to be done with this person. And the only way you'll be done with this person is if you embarrass yourself bad enough to like not want to talk to him.
Been there. Yeah.
Like if you embarrass yourself bad enough, which I feel like I have with him before.
Sometimes you have to just try it again for the bit you're working
Yeah,
on.
it's actually a bit. But he like texted me on because I blocked his number, but I didn't know that you still get texts on your MacBook.
Yeah, sometimes they do come
And
through.
he did reply, and he like said, sorry you have all these like little spies everywhere. And I was like, oh, my roommate and close friend that works there next door to the venue I just did a show.
Yeah, and the other time he came into your best friend's place of work.
Yeah.
We're not spying on you. Please humble yourself.
Yeah, no one's spying on you. you fucking whippet addicted
I was gonna say, I can't
doll.
spend that much time in the nitrous aisle. I got things to do. That's great. Were you gonna say that this is a tale of how your dating is bad because you did that and men still don't care? Is that where you were going with it?
Which part?
You were leading into that saying that it's a tale of how bad dating is going, and then you said because you did your mom's house.
Yeah, they were like, who's for sure single?
Yeah, fair.
Quinn.
Although a lot of people on that show were not single.
I know. I put on my when they introduced me.
You were honest, and that's why
when they introduced me, I put Tinder's strongest soldier.
Yeah, you are. Well, isn't Tinder the one you're banned from?
I'm banned on
You're
Tinder,
banned from
yes.
Tinder, yeah.
But
Hinge is strongest shoulder for sure.
Hinge, yeah.
Strongest.
They know me there.
Strongest.
Strongest
Why
soldier.
could I not say that?
Soldier.
I can't say soldier.
Cut her off.
Soldier.
Cut her off.
No, I was like, I'm hungover and this is gonna do it. Like,
it's the hair of the dog.
hair of the dog. Is
that what they say? Hair
Very
of the dog?
cheap hair. It's
Cheap hair.
It was free.
Hey.
Can't be mad about free rosé.
As a
Shout out
Tennessee
Quinn.
girl, there's nothing I love about some cheap hair.
Cheap wine.
Cheap wine, cheap hair.
That's how Dolly Parton was built.
Yeah. Cheap wine, cheap hair,
Expensive tits.
harsh contour. That's all I want.
This is all things that should just be in your Hinge bio.
Yeah.
That's what it should all say.
3 things you should know about me, pretty boy. Big hair, harsh contour, tiny waist.
Tiny waist. Don't forget that part.
Marlboro Reds.
If you disagree, it's the cameras. She's very tiny.
So tiny, I'm surprised you can even see me
Yeah,
on
it's
here.
unbelievable. We actually lost her when we were getting ready to do the podcast.
I know, they had to put
I
this
was
big,
like,
they had to put this big
the lamp
jacket
was in
on
the
me.
way.
They
Yeah.
had to put this big jacket on me just so I
Yeah.
could be seen on camera.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
So,
Yeah. No, I do. That was really cool though. Like we laughed about it a lot, but that was a sick opportunity you had, and it was very awesome to get to watch. And I also would just like to tell our listeners now. Both of our co-hosts have been on a show with Tom Segura and Eden Finance, so that's like
that is cool.
You should subscribe. I don't know what else to tell you. Like that's up. You should subscribe for sure.
Dude, I've been drinking this like
I
a
have been
robot.
so self-conscious about how I'm holding things.
Oh, I know I've got 8 chins every time I take a sip.
I'm also just like
POV, it's me and you on a first date. I just like one.
My like ADD brain this whole time has just been like, what does my hand look like on this microphone? Like I've been like really.
I should have wore press on nails, but it's just POV. We're on a first date. I got 3 chins, and I'm actually housing a glass of cheap rosé.
Yeah, that sounds like a great day.
In denim boots.
Oh, I do have a question for you.
Okay.
We were talking about this today. The suspense lead up there was important.
Yeah.
So I'm at this guy's house. I just want to know what you would think in this scenario. I'm at a guy's house, and he asks me if I would like a feminine product. And he says he has a box of feminine products. What would you assume is in that box?
I'd be like, do I smell bad? Like, why are you?
You would guess like deodorant. Like, what would you think?
A
is in the
tampon.
box? A tampon, right? That's where your brain goes.
Immediately.
Imagine a man says this, and it is he pulls out a large bag of granola, hair curlers, like the makeup wipes for your face, which that's fair. Little bags of tea and a couple pads. Like what?
What kind of fucking fuck-ass lost and found is this?
Like the granola being considered a feminine product is
granola. Like he found a
and
little.
it was like an industrial-sized bag of granola. Like it was not like a
he
little,
just brought home a rabbit from the fucking flea market. Well, I've never had one of these in my house. Do I just feed it a little granola and water?
And he told me that there was...
Give it a pat as a blanket?
He told me that there was tea in the box as well. And he thought that the pads were tea. Like they were tea bags, he thought. But they were menstrual pads.
I mean, depends on what you're into. You know what I mean?
Isn't that insane?
Like some Edward Cullen
I was about
shit.
to be like, okay, weird flex.
It's a tea bag for Edward Cullen.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Anyway, it is, yes. But like, in the context of that, it's like, I was kind of like trying to ride the line of like, okay, it's really nice if you have like the makeup wipes and the tampons or something. You're definitely a whore. But like, if you have that, that's.
My hands are so slimy.
It's like, that's definitely like if this man would have been like, oh, I got these tampons and makeup wipes. I've heard of the hoes doing that. I've heard of that. But like, It's also weird that like I had just walked in and sat down for you to just be like, oh, real quick, do you need a tampon? So like either way, I was like, where is this going? And granola is never where I would have
sparkling water,
guessed.
granola or tampon. What needs to be known is that I tried to very slyly open up that wine and my hands are too sweaty.
And we already don't know what to do with our hands. Me trying to fight for my life through that story watching that.
So I've become a mic stand comic.
Oh yeah, this is tough for you now.
Well, last night I did a show where I had to get violently stoned the second half. So I did 7 minutes sober, 7 minutes stoned, get ripped. It's a very fun show. And my first one, I actually held the microphone. And then the second one, I was so anxious because then I was a mic stand comic. I stood there because every time I quit holding the microphone when I do stand up. One, because sometimes it stresses me out to put it back in time. Part, yeah. And then twice in a row, 2 different comics, they went to pick up the mic after my set and proceeded to put it in their other hand and then wipe their hand on their pants because my hands are so slimy. Fellas, I mean, come on.
Who needs lube?
Who needs...
Not you.
Hydrated hands for all your needs.
Yeah. You want a dry, crusty hand down there?
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Are you trying to treat this like middle school locker room and let me slap this slimy thing on you?
Didn't I tell this story on here about the guy that told me my hand jobs were bad? So maybe I just needed. You probably would have killed it. You had built-in lube.
Never bombed a hand job. Never bombed.
That's your Hinge bio.
Hey, these slimy suckers.
Never bombed a hand.
Can't get enough of them.
Can't get enough.
You ever met a girl with hands who got that wop? Like, and then one time I tried to do a pole class, like a fitness class.
Yeah. Oh no.
And I went and I held down on the pole to for the arms.
Yeah.
And my hands, I just slowly slid all the way down because I'm so sweaty.
You meant to do that for the bit.
I'm like a little slimy freak because my thighs get so sweaty too.
Have you seen that thing they started doing in Austin where it's like the pitch a friend thing?
Yeah.
I'm going to do it for you, and this is what I'm going to play this clip.
She's a slimy little freak with a need for speed and love for adventure.
I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to air this portion of the episode.
If you look at a light-colored wooden bench when she gets up off of it in the middle of summer, she'll kill herself. And it's just my ass print.
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
My face is like that though, and I think I would rather it be my hands.
Your ass?
My ass is pretty sweaty too, honestly. This podcast can't understand why we're single.
This sassy little sweetie got a bad case of swamp ass, but
I got a swamp forehead. I don't know what to do about that. It's terrible when my hair is this thin. It's my literal nightmare.
I think it's normal to have a sweaty face.
No, I have hyperhidrosis. I literally have that.
Hyperhidrosis?
Yes, it's extra sweat gland production.
Damn.
Yeah, and it's normally common. Maybe you have it in your hands. It's normally common. It's normally common in hands, armpits, and people's back. That's usually.
All I can think about now, right? It's like a guy being like, "Fuck, you're so wet," and I'm like, "Yeah, it's hyperhidrosis."
Maybe that's the answer for me. Maybe that's why.
And the worst part is my dumbass, because of how flirty I'll be, I'm like, "Yeah, it's hyperhidrosis." And then
I should start using that because men love to do that. They love to take credit when I'm just it's just a Tuesday. And they're just like, oh my God, you're so wet for me. And I'm like, it's hyperhidrosis.
Yeah, it's hyperhidrosis. And they'll be like, either a guy will be like,
they're gonna be mad they don't know the word.
Yeah, they'll be like, yeah, I don't know magic words. I'm not a magician. Or they'll think it's something bad because straight white men don't get tested. Yeah,
they're gonna assume that's herpes. I had a guy the other day that was mind blown at the bar that he was talking about how he went to Amsterdam and there was a hooker that he hooked up with. Real classy gem he was. You're in Amsterdam.
When in Rome.
You're in Amsterdam. Yeah, I get it. He was in the red light district and shit. So I wasn't even judging him for that. But then he was like, well, she only blew me and she made me wear a condom. Isn't that weird? And literally one of the other guys was like, dude, she's a hooker. That's good. And he was and he goes, you can't get STDs in your mouth. And I was like, oh, and this is a 30-year-old man that lives in Austin.
Name drop. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Ew.
You're not shocked by that though.
No, he thinks that the government controls the weather.
He also called this a whore podcast, so. And you know what? We're right.
He also bought my drink last night.
Joke's on him.
We didn't sip it first, but
Well, yeah, because he definitely has a mouth.
He got mouth funk, dude.
Mouth funk. Sure. I was just like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not out here like using condoms for blowjobs. We're not going to pretend, but I use condoms all the rest of the time. And I would
use
never
a condom
do that.
to dry
but if you
hump.
were a hooker,
These men are.
no, what'd you say on that other podcast? You only you make them use condoms if they have roommates.
Oh, if a man has roommates, wear a condom. We're not risking it. Because I usually date guys that are a little bit older than me. So it's like, you're 33 and you have 3 roommates. Yeah. Slap that skin on, buddy.
I don't know. Lately, some of the biggest hoes I've been messing with are men with good jobs that live alone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, but then you don't really need the condom because at least like they could pay to fix it, you know?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. You can either pay for the kid or pay for me to not have it. Well, not anymore. Shout out Texas.
Period.
We're all having babies now. But
people should be using condoms.
They should be. Yeah.
I have at least. They should. You can get them at any corner store. You can get at any gas station. You can buy them in most bar bathrooms. You should be using one in Austin.
There is one in my purse at all times. It's expired, but it is in there.
They expire?
Yeah. What does that even mean? Does it just mean you think they just don't hold up as well? Because I saw that the other day when I like pulled it out because somebody was like talking about condoms and I was like, I have one, and they were like, what for? But it's like it was so embarrassing to like boast that I had it, and it's like crumpled up and expired, and they were like, yeah, you're clearly using it.
I don't know. I think you should just be using them in general. Like,
it's safer. And if you're not, go to the Kind Clinic. It's free.
And the people are like, well, it doesn't feel as good. That man's not going to text you back tomorrow anyway, and that's not going to feel good either. You know what's going to feel better? The fact that you didn't get the drip from him either.
No, for real. Because none of these men are getting to. Every friend I have here that's a girl that's even like sleeping with way less people is like getting tested healthily. And these men are like, what? I don't know, maybe 5 years ago I did it. What?
Yeah, I know
wild.
guys that are like, oh, no girl has texted me yet, so I feel like I'm clean.
I've been saying on stage lately that in Austin, Texas, you're always within a mile of coke or chlamydia. At least a mile. It's probably 500 feet.
And that's my thing is, like, you should be getting tested more or using condoms because, like, it's a curable thing. It's not a big deal to, like, not get tested for it. It's a responsible thing.
Yeah.
But it's like, why would you just, I don't know. It blows my mind. I talked to a dude.
Be better.
I didn't talk to him romantically. We were just talking about getting tested. And he goes, like, where do y'all even go to do that? And I know he is, like, not a hoe, but he's not abstinent.
Yeah. You
And I was
don't,
like,
you don't have to be a hoe for something to happen. That's the
And I
point.
was like, you haven't been tested, like, since you lived in Austin? And he goes, oh, I never have. Ever.
How old was he?
27.
If you are not like been a monogamous person that whole time, that is crazy.
I would argue even if you are a monogamous
Yeah,
person,
I mean,
get
it's just
tested
because you
every
never know
once
what
in a
your
while.
partners are doing. Yeah, but it's like if I was like, you know, I'm not gonna say it, but like when I was in a relationship for 5 years, I didn't go get tested. Definitely should have, but because he was a hoe, but I didn't know. But yeah, it's like I would understand your logic at least then, but to like have never been when you're that old is crazy.
And it's usually like a pleasant experience.
Yeah, they're very nice at the Kind Clinic here. The guy was making all kinds of sassy jokes.
Oh, the Kind Clinic?
Yeah, they're great here. Huge plug. They do free shit for everybody.
Oh, really?
Yeah. You can go like every 3 months. It's totally free. They run all of it.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, they're like nonprofit based. So they're like some people think you can only go there. Actually, my ex-boyfriend here that we won't talk about, but he literally thought you could only go there if you're gay because they're like a LGBTQ friendly clinic. Like it's like they mostly help like they like do all like they like sell like the PrEP and all that stuff for like gay men and everything. But it's like he was literally like, I'm gonna have to go in there and pretend to be gay, and I was like, you don't have to be gay to go
First
there.
of all, pretend.
Yeah, first of all, pretend. Yeah,
Right.
They just like are like advertising that that's like a safe space for them. Like it's not like you can't like you don't have to be gay to go there. So in case that clears anything up for any other idiots, it's free. And you do have to usually make an appointment in advance or you'll wait forever, but you can get in like 2 weeks. It's not that hard. You just call them up.
Yeah, say,
Like,
hey.
You just call them up. Yeah.
Hey, tell me if I'm drippy or not.
Yeah,
And then,
exactly. And they get your shit back to you in like 2 or 3 days.
can I
Great.
say something crazy?
Always.
It's not related to this, but it is just, I don't know what made me think about it. So when I was growing up, also I can't remember if I said this story or not, but it gets worse. But when I was growing up, we would smoke up at this place called the Parkway in East Tennessee. And I just in general would go to the mountains in Townsend. And on our way up, we would get like Rillos. And we always would go to this one gas station because this guy named Pudge wouldn't make us pay for him because he was on probation. So he was always like, smoke one for me. And we're like, you know what, Pudge? Anything for you.
Pudge on probation? Who would have guessed?
Pudge on probation. I don't really know what, because we were 16, 17.
Okay.
Maybe 18. We're seniors in high school. And he was probably like maybe only 23 or 24. But to us, we were like old. And
yeah.
So anyway, a few months ago, my mom sends me this article, and because like I would tell her, like I've always been pretty open with my parents about everything I do, but she sends me this article because he was like probably, I think he was like in school at the same time my sister was, but a different school. He was probably 2 years older than her. He's in prison because he killed his dad.
Whoa.
And there was child pornography on his history. And I'm reading the thing, and I was like, holy shit. His government name is Henry?
Was that the most appalling part?
Oh my God. I was like, of course he goes by Pudge. I mean, the other stuff is horrible.
Otherwise, people would have known that he was going to have child porn. Henry is a crazy name.
I mean, those things are, and killing your dad, crazy. But if you name your kid Henry, they're going to be mad eventually.
I literally only know one other Henry in real life, and I know him from, I won't say how, because this could be bad, but I've literally been told by 3 people that he has like bought a gun into 2 bars. And it's the only other Henry I even know.
Is he single?
Yeah.
Just kidding. But
he has asked out one of my friends, and I was like, he brings guns into bars, and she was
that
like,
would
no.
work on me.
And I said, I have a friend for you.
I went to, this was when we first started being friends, and I went to a bar in Round Rock with this guy because he's from Round Rock, but he lives in Austin, and it was kind of more of like a honky tonk place, and like we're sitting there, and this guy comes by me and like uses both hands to touch both of my hips to get by me.
I hate that.
And the guy I was on a date with saw it, and he's like, I'll say something to him that it's not okay. And I was like, it's really not a big deal. Like, that guy's like drunk, and like it's not worth like ruining the night, because we were having fun. It was like a good date.
Yeah.
He's like a crazy baby mama, but it was a fun date. So then we're leaving, and we were there until like the bar closed down, and we're leaving, and the guy's walking by us, and he goes, hold on one second, and like pistol whipped him. Not like pistol whipped him, but definitely
the
like... The
guy you were on a date with did?
Yeah. He was like, hey, you don't touch women like that at bars. Like, they're trying to have fun. Like, has this gun in his hand. He's like this. So he didn't literally pistol whip him. That's an exaggeration. But he's like very much so like wanting the guy to see as a gun. And I was like... You guys
definitely hung out again, huh?
No, he went back to his baby mom. But he sent me this like really nice text about like...
A gentleman.
Well, because we like hung out. We didn't sleep together, nothing. But I was like, he literally pistol whipped a man for me. Not literally.
Yeah, if a man was going to pull out a gun in that context on my date, that's the best case scenario.
But he sent me this text, and he's like, hey, like, I really enjoyed my time with you. I think you're a great girl, but my family comes first. Like, I have to try to work things out with, like, her, like, because, like, my daughter is the best thing that's ever happened. Like, so and he didn't ghost me.
Wow.
He literally was so communicative immediately, because I didn't hear from him.
Well, I mean, he whipped the gun out in your honor.
I was like, that's a fucking Southern gentleman.
That would work on me.
And that's the problem, is like, in coming from a small town, I know this is like, when you find a Southern gentleman, you usually know about like 17 when they're like that.
Yeah.
And you are supposed to get knocked up so that when you break up, they always come back.
That's what we missed.
And that's what
we moved here from Tennessee. What the fuck did we do wrong?
But I do sometimes. I don't stalk him, but I'll like see his Instagram, and like they're a very cute couple. But
they worked it out. They did work.
Yeah, they did it.
Oh, you know,
because it wasn't like a situation. She was like a crazy baby mama.
Ending.
They just like they started dating when they were 13.
That's nice. That's nice to hear.
Yeah,
I like that.
She could be crazy as hell. He didn't talk bad. That was another green flag.
That is a green flag.
He said baby mama, which I think like sometimes that's just funny. But like he didn't say anything bad about her. He just like it didn't work.
It's also like how weird it would sound weird. Honestly, it's like I know baby mama tends to sound derogatory, but if I was on a date with a man and he was like the mother of my child,
sometimes that sounds sassier, huh?
That sounds weird. Like that's weird, right?
That sounds a little sassier. I think
baby mama's at least like, oh, it's fun, it's silly, it's
my baby mama. A little bit I'm working on, but
yeah, exactly. Real quick, I'm gonna be so annoying. Courtney, can you refill my glass? If I was gonna ask Quinn, but I'm scared it will just slip right through her hand.
Whoa. I can hold things.
You are doing...
My hands are not that like, slimy. I can hold things fine.
The podcast equipment is shaking in here.
It's like, the couch is like, I'm leather.
Yeah, no, I had a guy actually that I got into a fight with because he did not get violent in one of these scenarios. And it's like, I know you shouldn't want men to fight, but like, I literally had a guy at the bar, like, that came up to me when we were out on Halloween, me and my ex-boyfriend in Nashville. And I was like dressed like a slut, obviously. And this guy comes up to me and just like fully like grabs my ass. Like it was not just like hands on the hip situation. Like that guy, your guy probably would have shot the gun. Honestly. Maybe. Or at least actually pistol whipped him. Because
if you want me to put out, you have to own a gun.
Yeah. Well, this man like fully just grabs my ass, and I'm with my boyfriend. So I turned and I was like, that guy just like came up and like grabbed my ass, and he was like, I mean, I get it. And I was like, I'm sorry, what? And then he was just like, he's like, well, what do you want me to do about it? It's a bar and you're dressed like that. And I was like, okay, terrible response. And then the guy comes back around, and then like he's like dressed as Thor. First of all, the guy that did it way hotter than my boyfriend, so maybe I made a mistake. Comes back around and like hits me with his Thor hammer in the ass. And I was like, are you really not gonna say anything to this guy? And so like just turned it into this whole thing and like starts arguing with this dude. But he was being like, it was funny in context, but this thing that my ex used to do when men were aggressive with him to piss them off is he would just lean in and kiss them on the cheek. And it would send the other person into a fiery rage. So yes, everyone we have been with is gay, is the point. But I was like, could you have just hit him? Like I had to watch you do that now. You barely wanted to defend me, and then I watched you kiss a man on the cheek. We're not having sex.
My long-term ex-boyfriend, if things like that happened, where a guy was like creepy to me at the bar, he would be like I don't know why I can't say it. Like he'd confront them.
Yeah.
He was confrontational in a sense.
It's like you don't have to fight, but like
he
say
really
something.
is such an angel of a human being.
Yeah.
Like I'm very glad that was my first relationship. That was my first love.
I was dating the Antichrist, so.
Oh. Yeah. My first relationship, longest relationship, is just an embodiment of a good person. Like he's an angel. But it'd be crazy because like he would see somebody like be creepy to me at a bar or something and would confront them. But because he is such a...
Yeah, he would like handle it well.
He would handle it well, and not only that, like the dude that was creepy would be like, hey man, I'm so sorry. Like I hope we can be chill after this. And like then they would be like the entire time like keeking, like giggling, and I'd be like, he can't make an enemy.
Yeah. That's attractive though.
And sometimes it would be hard too because like he is such a sweet person and such a good person. He'd have friends that like I'm like, these people are like your ops, like they're not a good friend. And I'm so glad that the first person he could finally be like, oh yeah, I'm never fucking talking to this person again. I'll never be their friend. Good riddance was me. And no small.
That was a bit.
Yeah, he's actually a bit.
That was a bit.
But now he's married, but
also a bit.
Just a bit. Anything to make me jealous.
Yeah,
Am I right?
The lengths men are going to these days.
I'm kidding. I'm really happy he's happy.
No, yeah. No, she has said she is.
No. To go through the lengths of getting married just to get under my skin.
This is actually the level of delusion I need to carry on throughout my life. Like I'm just like everything that any man.
What are you gonna do next? Have a baby and
he
join
started
a country
dating
club
that
and
girl.
live happily ever after? Oh wow, I'm not coming back.
Oh, you ignored me at the bar to hang out with that other girl just to piss me off because you wanted my attention? Makes sense.
Oh, you blocked my number and said if you text this again,
he wants you to email him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
why would he give me his email if he didn't? I know his lawyer CC'd, but who cares? He wanted me to have it.
Do you have a joke about that? About the restraining order?
Yeah. Oh, a courthouse?
See, it's just a bit, guys.
You mean me at the courthouse? You want to get married at the courthouse now? Oh, I'll be there. Stop sending me this in the dates.
I haven't
used that joke in a while. I forgot about that joke.
I love that joke. Restraining order.
A restraining order. Ooh.
It's so stupid. I love it. It's like stupid in a good way.
You're bilingual.
No, I shouldn't be surprised by that though, because when I told the story on here about my 17-year-old boyfriend showing up with a gun, you were like, is he single now?
What's good?
He was so jealous he came with a gun while he was grounded. And then I got men out here just saying, sorry your ass got smacked. Like, where are they?
Sometimes I'm like, fuck. I mean, let's take a shot every time I talk about the same guy, but
You and I would both be drunk if we did that.
but one time when I was like, he has a lot of guns, owns so many guns, and I was like, what if when we were hooking up, you just unloaded all the bullets and pointed it at my head the entire time we had sex? And I think that's when he was like, oh, I can't talk to her anymore.
I don't know. That was a bit, so I don't know why.
Yeah, it was actually, what, you're going to be weird about it? I'm just a little
You actually
prankster.
should make that a bit. That's really
What do we... And his face goes, oh, I care about gun safety.
okay.
Oh, as you sound like Darth Vader when you said that because you just took a giant whippet.
That's why his guns can't be loaded, is because he's always on whippets.
Yeah. But then it's like the other thing is I am instigative too.
Yeah.
So it's like going back to like dudes like hitting on you at bars or like being weird. When a guy is creepy to me at a bar, I do like when a guy is more like how that one guy handled it with a gun. Exactly. Because for me, if a guy is creepy to me at a bar and whoever I'm with or dating isn't like, hey man, what's good?
Yeah.
I'm always like, oh, so you didn't confront him because you want to kiss him? Is it because
Yeah.
you're in love? It's because you're in love with him?
Didn't a guy just recently text you and was like, quit telling people I'm gay? Didn't this just happen to you?
No.
And you know what?
Worse.
Quinn is an ally. Gay is not an insult. We're just saying, here's my thing. If a man doesn't want to date us, they have to be gay.
Must be it.
Like,
No, a guy
if you aren't
texted
into me,
me.
you must be gay.
This guy texted me and was like, hey, like, I'm sorry about how things got left off. Like, he was just, I wasn't super into him. He was very very emotionally disconnected, but it wasn't a loss to me because I was like, I'm not that into you. But he texted me and he said, hey, I'm very sorry for how things ended off. Like, that's on me. I'd love to take you to coffee or dinner. And I was just like, yeah, well, I've already told all my friends you're secretly gay. Yeah. And with like the emoji that's like the hard, frowny face, like the complete like thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I already told all my friends you're secretly gay. And he hearted it.
What else
He
is he
didn't
supposed
say
to
anything
say?
else.
Because he's not going to defend himself, because you're right.
And then like 2 days later, he's like, I like that you always have like a lighthearted like response. Like I never like you.
You're so silly.
He tried to act like I handle things gracefully, and I was like, hey, I wasn't joking.
I was not kidding.
I wasn't kidding with you.
No.
But anyway.
Yeah, that's what we actually like on a serious note. They're like, this isn't actually true, but me and Justine were talking about this TikTok the other day we saw where they were talking about this, and they were like, I feel like men who are just treating women like so badly, it's like they're like, the best logic is like they're gay. It's like they're taking that frustration out because they want you to be a man. Like just come out of the closet, sweetie. I will support you.
Yeah.
Like I would much rather spend my time with gay men.
Yeah.
I love a gay man.
There's like this video I sent Ryan.
Yeah.
And it was like us after, it was before the election. It was like us after the election because she was just like talking about getting married to a gay man because she just wants a partnership and a friend. She doesn't care about kids.
Yeah.
She doesn't care about marriage. But she's like, if she had to get married, she'd want to get married to a homosexual.
Yeah. Oh, gay men would be great husbands, I feel like.
And he sent it to Ryan Monday night, and I was like, us after the election.
Yeah, for real. For real.
I also feel like when we do the podcast, it doesn't matter who I'm talking to or who I'm dating. I am just going to use every story now under the guise of the whippet guy. So he just gets every bad thing.
I like that.
That way it doesn't make it seem like I'm dating as many people as I do. And he gets to just be more and more vile.
I'm going to say I'm doing that to save myself the embarrassment of that I'm always talking about the same guy.
I haven't talked to this man since April. I think, right?
Nope.
When was it? I don't know. August.
That's probably more accurate.
One of those 8 months.
When did you do your mom's house?
August.
Yes, August. Yeah.
Last time we hooked up, he asked me what my name was.
Nuh-uh.
I swear to God. He said, what's your name again? I go,
Was he like, he was doing a bit?
I said, yeah, if this is a bit, I got a 5-piece for you. Like, I literally, and I think after I left his place that time, I was like, oh, I don't even know why I invited him to that show.
I don't understand, man. I had a guy that I've slept with that I am like friends with, and I like friends, like I see them often, and literally I like offered to get them a drink, and they were like, what is your last name? And I was like, we have been hanging out for months, and you have been inside of me, and you follow me on Instagram. My last name is in my bio. Like, I think they're all just...
Has it always been?
Stupid. It's been... Ever since I changed it to put comedy in it. It was just, hey, it's Kylie for a long time. But it's been Kylie Kaiser Comedy now for like over a year.
See, my last name has just recently been in mine. And that's because I don't like the Colin and Quinn confusion. But
yeah. Well, it's not in your handle.
No.
But yeah, mine is in my handle. It's Kylie Kaiser Comedy 13.
I can't.
Yeah, I was like, what? You like my posts. Like, it's right there. Read. They can't read. That's part of it.
I can't read. And if anyone couldn't read, it'd be someone with my accent. But no, I think, I'm going to start doing that. I'm just going to put everyone, because he doesn't have social media, and he hates me. So he can follow anything I do.
No social. That's why for a long time I could talk so much shit about, I mean, his nickname on here was Goodwill, right? Like my ex that I always used to talk, my like long-term ex. I was like, he's not on social media. People definitely send it to him. I got some.
No one, he doesn't, we don't know any of this. We don't have any mutuals. He can't stand me.
Yeah. I like it.
He does not like me as a person. He's not on social media.
We'll just blame the Whippet guy.
I could probably say his whole government name.
We can blame the Whippet guy and Clark Kent for everything.
Yeah.
Isn't that name funny as fuck?
Whippet, Chucky Doll, and Clark Kent.
I waited till... No. So, Ramey's friend said more like Clark Kent. And I laughed so hard. And I did that at the end of the episode because he probably wouldn't listen that long, so...
Period.
We're going to wrap up on a positive note, though. So we've had a lot of good shit going on. And we also... everybody should go check out the latest issue of Junkaroo Mag.
Yes.
Because Quinn and I were both just featured in there. Again, can we... why are you guys not subscribed if you're not... Like, what? We have given you 2 very good reasons why we are baddies. So but we both got featured in that Austin local magazine. Quinn wrote a really hilarious article about dating in Austin.
Drew read it.
Yeah, I know. That was so sweet. Shout out Drew for reading our shit. Yeah, never mind. Shout out the Drew that knows that we're talking about him.
Yeah.
We actually had a clip that kind of inspired this that went viral from this podcast. So thank all of you that listened and like loved that clip when we were talking
Real
about
Housewives of Austin.
Real Housewives of Austin. That clip got boosted crazy, and you guys loved the conversation about like men being Peter Pan here in Austin.
Peter Pan syndrome.
Quinn wrote an extended article about that, and it's hilarious. It's referencing all the fuckery we talk about on here. It's super funny. And then they covered Eddie and I's New Faces show at Roscoe's. And shout out to Gavin, who had us out to do that magazine party. Super fun.
I just looked at this wine and I was like, yeah, no wonder it's shit. It came out this year. It's 2022 on the thing. And I was like,
it's 2024.
Almost 2025. I literally just had a little crisis in my brain when I read that. I was like, no wonder it's dog shit. It just can't even have time to ferment. It's from this. Whoa. Sorry. Anyway, keep going.
Sorry, Gavin. I was giving you a shout out, but Quinn has ADD.
Gavin. They are my dog.
Gavin is a dog. We love you.
We love Gavin.
Like, not a dog in a bad way. They are our dog.
Yeah, Gavin put all of that whole thing together.
Really cool event. We got to go perform at.
They also do comedy.
Yeah, they do.
They're in a band.
Yeah, they're a badass. We had talked a lot about our history, but yeah, Gavin writes for the magazine and interviewed Eddie and I about New Faces. The article's really cool. Also, shout out Gavin. You made me sound like such a baddie. Did you look at that? Like my intro to it, they were literally like, former college professor of every man's dream. She could kick your ass and definitely mine too. Like, shout out Gavin.
I love Gavin.
Yeah, hell yeah. But check out Junkaroo Magazine. They're a local magazine here, and it's very fun. And I appreciate them featuring both of us. So that was really cool. Yeah. But you got any other ending thoughts here, other than spiraling about the fact that you thought it was 2022?
Fuck.
That was a scary thought.
What am I doing recently? I'm going to Ireland for 2 weeks.
You are about to go to Ireland.
Don't talk to me. Don't text me.
I'm going to be in your suitcase, so that's really hard to do.
Not you. Them. And...
yeah, you're just like on air. Like you're actually like fuck off for the next...
I'll be in Ireland. I'm going to Ireland. It's just going to be me and my mom.
You know I'm going to be involved because Beth is going to be in my Instagram messages. Shout out Beth, my biggest
This is
fan.
my first time I've ever been to... Every time I've been to Europe, I was with my ex. Never bad experience. It's not bad, but I've never been to Europe as a single girl. I'm with my mom. My mom is the mom from Mean Girls, the cool mom. My mom's like, are you going to use the dating apps when you're here? And I go,
in Ireland,
Beth, yes.
Oh my God, yes. If there's ever a place to use the dating apps, please. If you do not come home with an Irish man, I don't even want to see you.
I'm just going to make the best of it, eat great food, make incredible memories with my mom, even though the cool thing about my mom is we get in these not fights, but me and my mom are so dramatic. And then like it'll be like an hour later, and she'll be like, "Let's go shopping."
Yeah.
She'll be like, "I've noticed I don't really love that foundation color. Let's go get a new one." And we just got in the most debilitating argument anyone's ever noticed.
I was just reading a thing the other day. I was talking about sisters, but I feel like it applies for just like your family in general. It's like sisters just like don't make up. They just start being nice to each other again out of the blue.
Yeah.
Like you don't.
My mom will say sorry. My mom is a sorry sayer, but she will also be like, sometimes it's not a big enough deal because we were both crazy.
Yeah.
So she'll be like, "Let's just get lunch."
Yeah.
Or like she's like, she'll make me come downstairs and she'll be like, "Do you know what else this actor was in?" It's when he's like old in this movie. And she, "You know what else he was in?" And I was like, "Obviously not." And then she'll like pull up some movie from when he was like so young, and I'll be like,
And
"Time is a
how
cruel
you guys
thief."
Come back in, yeah.
But anyway, that's all.
So that's what you're doing over Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Yeah. I'm probably working. I'm probably not leaving Austin for Thanksgiving. I don't know what I'm doing for Christmas.
I'm
yet.
not leaving for
Maybe
Christmas.
working.
My parents are coming here.
They're coming here? Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll do Christmas with you guys.
Yeah.
Actually, that is good to know because I was kind of telling Justine the other day that I was like, if I end up having to work, then I was like, I'm just going to like be here by myself because everyone else is going home for Christmas.
I'm not. My parents are coming. My whole family is coming here.
I'm inviting myself to be adopted.
You don't have to invite
If I
yourself.
have to
You're
work.
just invited.
I don't know the work schedule yet, so maybe I'll get to go to Ohio.
They'll be here for like 2 weeks.
Oh, I'm sick. Yeah.
My parents, CJ and Trey, will only be here for like a little bit, but
Hell yeah. Well, that's awesome. I'm glad I got to be here. Shout out for producer Courtney.
thank you so much, producer Courtney.
I missed doing this. We know y'all missed it, obviously.
Yeah, no, you're fiending for it.
How could you not? How could you not? But we will hopefully be back again soon. I'm not going to lie to you this time. I'm not going to gaslight people. I have no fucking idea when we're going to be back, but hopefully soon. We are looking for into other options for how we're recording and stuff. So
yeah.
We are working on revamping back up. Who knows? I think we've got Courtney addicted to Austin, so maybe we'll just, when she comes, just punish her and make her record like 80 episodes and we'll just have them. So we'll see. But until that laborious love comes back, we'll see you next time. Please like, subscribe, comment, do all that fun shit. Tag us on social media if you like any of this. And come see us at a fucking show if you're in Austin.
Yeah, because I have a gun.
Yeah. Come to the show or die. Bye.
Bye.